Hey guys, it's the last day of April, and it's been a while. I really don't have much of an excuse for not making a video. I know y'all are like the end of your semester or whatever. Mainly it was... I've come to the point where I don't want to put up a video if I'm the last person that put up a video, if that makes sense. So, I haven't been. Actually, last week I sort of did have an excuse because Thursday was my birthday, and I know I post on Wednesdays, but whatever. So since it's the last day of April, I guess I should talk about the book of the month, which I picked, and it is The Golem and the Jinni by Helene Wecker. There's the cover, it's really pretty. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that has finished this book, and I have to say I quite enjoyed it. 4.25 stars I think I'd give it. There were parts that were quite slow, but at the same time I still wanted to know what happened, and so it wasn't like the type of slow that you end up skipping a paragraph here and there because you're just so bored with what's going on. It was actually pretty good. I guess the whole thing is there's a golem, which is a creature made of stone, clay, earth, that sort of thing, and she ends up in New York City. Well, she's supposed to have like a master because they make her, and her master dies and she ends up in New York alone and trying to figure out how on earth to survive human world. And then there's a Jinni who is trapped in an oil flask for like 1,000 years, and he gets released when the oil flask gets fixed, but he's still trapped in his human form, and he has to figure out people as well. And they have very, very different perspectives on things, and also the people they interact with and who they end up with in the beginning and then throughout the book are very interesting, and they're very different. I think one of the reasons why I liked it as much as I did was because of all the overlapping and interwoven storylines, and a lot of them you don't really figure out until the very end, or like you're introduced to another character and they're doing like their own thing and you're like, okay, well, how does this have to have anything to do with the Golem or the Jinni or the story in general? Like, it's just like the ice cream maker or whatnot, and then you have like flashes to the past because there are certain things that the Jinni doesn't remember. I don't know, it was quite interesting. So I do suggest that y'all both finish it because I'm pretty sure y'all haven't. And somebody needs to like officially announce next month's book, and I know there are deadline things that are different for May. So one of y'all at least needs to make a short video and do that. You gotta give me something. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I did finish S as well. And that was a long, heavy read because it's 2 stories at the same time, and they're very, very different stories. Written very differently, like everything, like they're completely different. And so that takes getting used to, especially how they're both written stylistically. But after you get past like the beginning, because the beginning's quite slow, I have to admit, you really can't put it down. You really want to know what's going to happen. And the one story that's written in the margins, I thoroughly enjoyed that because you don't see the whole picture. There are a lot of gaps in what goes on because it's being written in the margins, that it leaves it up to your imagination to fill in the blanks, sort of, or to infer what happens in between the comments. And I thought that was really interesting and very well done. But then the actual printed story, yeah, it started off quite slow and then it picked up, and you just kind of wanted to know where it was all going. And I was fascinated by that too, and there were a whole bunch of these little one-line sentences that were absolutely brilliant. So if y'all haven't read it, or if you're stuck and you're like, should I keep going or should I just stop because it's not really that great, read it. Please continue and read it. I thought it was very well worth it because I did have problems in the beginning. Yeah, in normal Kirsten world, like I said, my birthday was last Thursday. It was a great day at work, I guess, which is kind of funny because most folks are like, oh, I have to work on my birthday. But we always do a dessert, and Angela made a pound cake with strawberry sauce and whipped cream, and it was wonderful, and I got to go out with the cows and the pigs, and it was a pretty good day. And then last Friday I was supposed to go over and have dinner with Cece, but it ended up being a surprise party from all my coworkers. I still don't really have words for that. Like, that made, oh, it was fantastic. Like, they all pitched in, just the fact that I didn't see it coming, Christy, at least you'll know, I don't get surprised easy. I see things coming a mile off, and I had absolutely no idea. And so that, I don't know, it meant a lot. But yeah, looking back now, there were certain things that I probably should have caught, but I wasn't thinking about it. So it was fun, like, to the point where Cece's husband was like, you're planning a child's birthday party, or child something, is there anything you want to tell me? And she's like, what are you talking about? Because she doesn't really want kids. So she was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, you have like pig balloons and cow balloons and cupcakes and a piñata, and I'm kind of concerned. And she she told me that, and I just started laughing. But yeah, I think that's about all that's happened. Just work and whatnot. So I guess I'll say goodbye, and please somebody put something up. I know y'all are busy with the end of the semester, and I know y'all haven't finished my book, but just say hi. That's not that hard, please. 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 Anyway, I'm gonna say goodnight, and hope and wish and pray, probably in vain, that I will see one of y'all on the blog. Bye.